Good day, teachers. How are we doing? So this is our fourth video. This is going to look at inserting images. Now, images are pretty important because they bring content to life, make it look exciting, make it look dynamic. Now, in some ways, you can have your own images, and I'm going to show you how to do that. As in, if you have images that you've taken, or your images on your computer or on your phone, if you want to upload those, or if you just want to use images from the Notesmaster image library, or if you want to pull in images from the internet. Pulling in images from the internet means you're able to access and get any image you want. So let's start here. Let's look at biology. And let's look at, what should we look at? Let's find a suitable example. So if I close this off, living organisms, life processes, yes, draw labels, image structures, animal cells. So if you can't see what's going on in the objective, click, it tells you, it pops up and it tells you. Drawing and labeling simple diagrams that show the structure of animal and plant cells. Sounds perfect for us. Click it open, I'm going to add new content. I'm going to call it images of cells. Click create. Now, I'm going to put it in my little note form here. Can drop down, select the template, heading template, put in there, just remove this text because I don't really need it. So my little work has a little bit of a frame here, and then update this title, images of cells. Now, a few ways to get an image in. Image. Oops, number one. Okay. So the context of this really is, if we have our own images, we can upload them. If we don't, we can find them from the internet. So, animal cell from the internet. And this is about searching Google and looking in Google for, or Yahoo or Bing, for animal cells. So if I type animal cells, and then I click on here, images, I get a load of images. Now critically, these images are not owned by Google. They're owned by hundreds of thousands of websites. Google redirects these links onto a page. That's all. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to redirect these links as well onto our note page. So if I click on this, is that big, is that clear? Perhaps not. If I click on this one, it's a little clearer. Pick a nice big bright example, and you can see the dimensions at the bottom of the cell. Okay, this one looks okay. Yeah. So if I right click on it, it says I can save image. Now we don't want to do that because that's allowing us to take the image from the internet and put it on our device, and that straddles the lines of copyright infringement. But I can copy the image address. Okay, can't copy the image, but I can copy the image address. At this juncture in a face-to-face workshop, people would usually ask, well, why do we have all these tools to break the law? It's a good question. I'm not so sure, but let's just copy the image address. Right-click and copy. Go back to Notesmaster. We're going to click on this green one here. Insert Edit Image. We're going to right-click and paste in that address we just copied. We can give it a description if you wish. Animal cell. And the action of clicking in that sets the dimensions. These are the dimensions, 400 by 292. These are the dimensions, 400, 292. These are the dimensions of the cell. So that's why when I was looking at some may be really big, 1500 by 1159, in which case you have to shrink it down. And some may be too small. So if you find a really small one, 200 by 192, it's a little too small maybe, as you see there. So we paste that in, click, OK. There's our image, straight on our page. Now we don't own it, so if the owner takes it off their website or redirects it or changes the link that we used, then it will not appear on our page. So if you're using these images, be sure to check them quite often. Now let's take a look at this other element here. What if we used a really big image? What would we do? So some images are really big. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, really big. Let's right click, copy image address, back here, enter, click on insert edit image, right click to paste. If you don't want to give a description, just click on the little X for the dimensions and you see the dimensions come up. At this point, you can modify the dimensions. Keeping the dimensions constrained means that if you modify this number, then this number changes. So if I remove the 1 to make it 500 and click off, then you see this changes to 386. If I unclick that and changes to 4, then this number doesn't change. So I'm really just allowing the image to maintain its proportions. So if I repaste it in and click in here, what did we have? We had 1500, I believe. If I just pop back so I get the accurate dimensions, 1500 by 1159. So you can type your dimensions in here. And if I do that and click OK, whoa, we've got a big image now, big image. So I can go back in here and update the dimensions as just shown, or I can just grab one of these corners and shift it down. See the numbers shrink as I keep moving, 10 to 9 to 8. And then we start to see the image in focus. So if your image is too big, you can just grab a corner and shrink it down. Okay, so we've got 2 images on our page from Google. If you make a mistake and you want to undo, just click the undo. Undo, undo, undo. And there we go, image is gone. So you're just going back and you can reinsert it if you click undo again or redo. So that's image 1 from the internet. Now image 2 is going to be from our image library. Now we're building up an image library of royalty-free images that you can use. Okay, open my editor down a little bit. And they access the image library by insert file. Click on it. We're doing some work, so ignore these little bits here. Go back. And in the image library, you have what is a simple set of subject folders. And all of the content in this is being redone. If I click on biology though, and I click on viruses, bacteria, you see I have some images that come up. So over the course of the next few weeks, these will be populated with very useful royalty-free images. So your first port of call would be to click on the yellow button to insert file. So all I do, if I see an image here that I like, click on it, and it goes in. So that's an easy way of using the file manager to insert an image. Okay. Now, so that's image 2 from file manager. If I wanted to insert my own image, okay, let's say I had something I wanted to upload to the file manager, I can go back, and back again, and then you see you have my folder. So you got the public folder and I got my folder. To upload something to my folder, I'm not sure I have any animal cells, but I'll just go with a simple example. Click upload, click here, that opens up my file system on my computer. If I go to programs on my computer, or maybe if I go to, let's go to programs, and so content generation program, Antigua, anything in Antigua folder, CQ folder, finish folder, switch program, that's St. Vincent flag, your neighbors. If I click on this image, flag, the image gets uploaded. Here we go, return to file list, here's my image. And then all I do is Click on it. Again, this very big flag of St. Vincent. Reduce it down, and there you go. So this is something that I've uploaded. So this is our image number 3. And this allows us to upload anything we want. Upload it and insert it. So to be quickly recapping, insert file, the yellow one, my folder. You can create if you wish new folders, give them names, delete that, give it names of cells, click OK, and then within your folders network you have cells, and you can upload things to the cells folder. If you don't need the folder, just delete it. Yes, I'm sure, and it deletes. Okay, so you can use this file structure if you're creating content. So if you want to upload images for soil, if you want to upload images for machinery, you can create something quite useful in here. Okay, so that is inserting images from the internet. So we save them, close off our note, and we see our note here, image of cells. So we've got from the internet, from our file system, and something we uploaded from our computer. So these two, number 2 and number 3, will always be there. Number 1, if we use it from the internet, it may disappear if the owner changes the web address. So that is a simple use of images, and of course you can center the image, etc. Now some people say, can you crop the image, open the image? You can do some cropping. Can you write and draw on the image? No, you can't. So if you want to accessorize the image, you have to use that in a third-party program, then upload it to Notesmaster and pull it in like image number 3. The reason why we've allowed image number 1 and developed it is because there's almost always an image on the internet that you can find. And if there isn't, then there's Paint, Draw, quite a few useful Word, even Word have good applications that you can do. So this image process, number 3, for example, if you were doing something that wanted to create some graphs or some tables or some simple diagrams, you know, with intersecting lines, circles, etc., things for like PowerPoint presentation stuff, then you would create it in another program or create it in your PowerPoint, do a screenshot of it, save it, and then just upload it and insert it in here. But generally, these are the main 3 ways of inserting an image into your resource. Okay, next video we're going to look at tables and use of icons. Okay, thanks.